Hi, adventurers. In this conversation, we're going halfway around the world to Thailand to talk to John Dale about how we can gain more contentment through acceptance. Welcome to Happiness Adventure. I'm Lisa, and together we'll explore ways to cultivate real joy in our lives. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your story, first of all, because we're getting to talk to you from halfway around the world in Thailand. So, how did you come to be living where you are and be on the adventure that you're on?
So I had just finished a master's degree in spiritual psychology. And I asked God, I asked the universe, whatever you want to call it, I asked God, what now? Should I go on a spiritual journey? And I don't know why I asked that. I just asked that. And the answer was absolutely yes. I took my life from a house to a suitcase. Like everything I had fit in a suitcase. And so I landed in Thailand.
I'd love to talk to you a little bit about the metaphor you shared with me about the pond and kind of how it relates to what this channel is about, and that is cultivating authentic joy or happiness. Could you tell us a little bit about that metaphor?
Sure, sure. So for me, happiness is looking for the pond to be calm, looking for the surface of the water to be calm and still, and um, and that often comes by the pursuing of things in life. It comes by having a great job, having a great family, having things worked out in our lives, having things be the way that we want in life has that the top of the water be calm and still, like, oh, things are good, therefore the water is still, I feel good. But life contains things that we might put in the good column, but it also contains things that we might put in the bad column. And if all we're doing is trying to pursue less things in the bad column and more things in the good column, we're bound to find that that gets disturbance. It's like then there's wind and it changes the surface of the pond. And now you're unhappy. Well, what changed? What changed? Like the thing about life that changed in there wasn't wasn't what happened inside of you. The thing about life that changed was something external to you. But really, maybe who we are is what's happening inside of us. And the peace that we have inside of us, the calmness that we have inside of us, such that if something changes in life, if the surface of the water changes, if a big wind comes along, it doesn't matter. Because instead of looking to be the top of the pond where the water might be calm or might be volatile, we spend our lives seeking to be the cool, still water at the bottom of the pond. And in the cool, still water, there's movement, there's flow, but it's always easy. It's always soft. It's always with peace. The things that we would normally resist are actually opportunities for us to have peace. If I take a glass of water and I put a drop of indigo ink in that water, all that you're going to be present to is that that water has blue, right? The indigo ink, the blue indigo ink, you're going to see that water as you could see that water as tainted in blue, right? Because there's not a lot of space in just that glass of water. But if I take that same drop of indigo ink and I drop it into the ocean, it's as though that drop of ink doesn't exist, right? It has the drop of ink has so much space that it in essence disappears. And if we can give those things in our lives, those things that we wish weren't there, those things we wish were different, those people in our lives that we wish acted differently with us, if we can give all those things space to be exactly the way they are, if we can allow them to be just exactly the way they are, what occurs for us internally is that those things dissipate. They disappear like the drop of ink. And what's left over is peace.
I love that metaphor so much. And I think it's an aspiration for me personally, to really internalize that happiness isn't about things going well. It's something available to me regardless of circumstance. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
My pleasure.
We just heard from John Dale in Thailand how increasing our acceptance can increase our contentment. And the link to his Facebook page is in the description box right below this video. While you're there in the comments section, please let me know, what are some practices that you use to stay joyful and content even in the midst of life's storms? You can subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we upload a new video each week. And I look forward to seeing you soon for our next happiness adventure.